What's up, everybody? This is Robert, and you are listening to Dads in Real Life podcast. We are two dads, 10 years apart, talking all things fatherhood, from diapers to dream projects and everything in between. This week, we talk about the future of this podcast, specifically what success means for Robert and what success means for Travis. And the question is, are they the same? We also discuss, is more kids better? Let us know your thoughts.
Just what it is truly like to be a dad and to learn and to pass along, to just create this space to where it's a community of
This podcast is provided ad-free thanks to listener support. Go to patreon.com/dads in real life to help keep it independent and to get exclusive access to live streams, behind the scenes, and more content every month.
or it's like very crazy as.
Crazy as
That's what they
what?
say, as crazy
They just
as.
leave open-ended, like it's
Yeah,
crazy
that's
as.
that's that's the thing.
I'll let you come up with how crazy that is. Crazy as something.
Cool, cool,
All
cool, cool,
right,
cool,
all
cool,
right, cool,
cool.
cool, 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 cool.
All
Cool.
right. So, how much do we want to talk on air uh about plans for the future?
It's
Like how much
It's totally up to you. I think one, it's cool to have like accountability. Like, hey guys, you guys said these are our dreams. Why not we talk about this? Like, this is super cool. I'm excited about it. Travis excited about it. You guys should be excited about it too, right? I know there's people I watch and I follow online that I'm like, I want you to win, right? I want you to, whatever your dreams are, I want you to accomplish that because I see how much effort you're putting into this. I'm going to root for you. Well, what does that mean? Subscribe? Awesome. I'll subscribe. Donate to your, what do the kids do when they game? I forgot even that stream something. I don't know. But yeah,
when they're
stuff like that.
streaming?
Twitch, right?
Twitch,
That
yes.
there you go. Right? Whatever it takes, however I can help out. And it's because I like the content. So for me, like, yeah, well, we can divulge stuff. Not only that, maybe it gets into the right hands. So some of that stuff happens a little quicker.
That's right. Oh, yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. I want somebody who's like a pro
Mm-hmm.
sound engineer and editor to just be like, "Hey, you guys, like, can you just I'll take that for
You know what?
free. Can you just
I
put it on?"
remember coming out of design school and talking to like corporate people, like one of the hacks, the life hacks, especially if like you're a young startup solopreneur or you have a side hustle, is instead of like, and don't get me wrong, pay for what you pay for, you get good work. But when I was like scraping by, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the junior college. And are you a graphic designer? Yeah, don't you need to like do stuff for your portfolio? They're like, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, can you come up with some logos for me and
Yeah.
stuff and trade and I'll sign off and you can use it for your portfolio. So when I was in school, that's what I did to build up kind of my credibility was I did free work in exchange and I helped out specifically small, like solo work out of my garage doing like subscription box companies, right? Because they're like, we have no budget. It's like, that's okay. Let me come up with some cool stuff. So long story short, if you got any kids or neighbors that are in school and want to work
Yeah.
editing, let us know.
There you go. There you go. It'll come around. It will,
I will.
most assuredly. Then I was like, "Oh, shoot, when we're talking about, merch, we can make
Mhm.
our own line of gum, and we can call it Dad Gum." Come on.
Sauce.
Come
We
on.
could little white label. I'll look into that. And then Mo yesterday came up to me. She was listening. She listens to our podcast like every day. But it's funny. She'll like listen to it, but not when I'm around. And then she'll
Yes.
like give me feedback on it. But she's like, I need the merch and I want this quote. I was like, what the quote? And I think it had to do with your guys' Hawaii trip, where I don't know if I said it or you said, you're like, I want to be a fun dad, but I don't want to die. Like she's
Yes,
like,
yes,
I
yes.
just need that on a sticker or a coffee mug or something. I want to be the fun
Yes.
dad. I just don't want to die. Like, okay, we'll see what we can do. So we'll take a
Yes.
poll quotes and then we'll come out with a couple things.
I'm pumped. If you, yeah, if you got the
Oh,
lowdown
I've
on
got
how to do merch.
I know how to do that. I know how to
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
The light's blinking, the light is red, and we are live. And
Mhm.
maybe, just maybe, Travis might have used his mic properly in order to get that clean, crisp sound to sound like I am melodiously
Oh my
talking your ear
goodness.
off. Right.
Write it in the comments. Let us know. Does he sound super crispy or is it like, hello, Travis, are you there? Let us know. Let us know.
That's the goal. I want to be in your ear, right
Oh my
next to your
goodness.
face.
Like
I
a
don't want to
lullaby.
be on the other side of the room. So
Yes.
It's just with dads in real life, who's got time to sit and sound engineer all day? Ain't
Yeah.
nobody, you know.
No,
So
we usually do our research during nap time. So that's the research time.
that's exactly it. And now it's time to record. So I'm gonna kick things off with fun
Yeah,
fact. I was scrolling through the gram and I found out that apparently this is what this random post said by somebody somewhere. They
let's talk
said
about it.
that the number of kids
Mhm.
that is ideal for the least amount of stress is 4. And I was like, that's interesting. And they
I was
said,
gonna
yes,
go with
because
0. I would
basically
have thought that was
three,
a
there's
shoe in.
yeah, yeah, but, apparently you should have 4 kids because they said, 3, you're still at, like, peak stress at that point, but then once you get to 4, you
Mhm.
stop caring about perfection, and therefore you
Ooh.
just, like, loosen up, basically. Yeah, I think that's the way I read it. I
You just
don't
give up. You just finally give up. After 4, it's like, what's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
Right?
So, that's the way I heard that is, like, eventually you just
That's
give
the way I
up.
heard it.
So, I don't know if
You
I'm
just
gonna follow
surrender.
along with that. The door isn't
You know
shut
what?
yet. The goalie's not,
So I know we're having guests in the fall coming up.
Yes,
Shout
we
out to
are.
the following guests. I have a dad in my circle with 4. I don't know if you have anyone with 4. I'd love to get their opinion, even if it's a little short, like a little quick video on the phone. I might
Yes.
tag him tomorrow and ask him, hey, Travis, a buddy of mine found this quote, true or false? And
I
me
w
knowing him for as long as I've known him, I'm pretty confident in the answer.
I would love to hear that.
Yeah.
And one of my children is speaking to me currently. Hold on.
Oh, go
Yeah.
for it.
What's up?
My kids are coming back
Okay, go
too.
ahead, bud.
You're gonna hear garage doors opening. So
They're coming. Are they coming in for you?
it's short day today, so any moment now, any moment
Any
now. Mo's
moment.
gonna do the drop off for the first round. It's multiple rounds in this household. We have multiple schools for pickup and drop off. So this will
That
be the first round of drop
that
offs.
is the thing, is, like, we picked a school that's 20 minutes away, silly us, but we love it.
Oh,
But,
that's the cost.
when
It's
we
worth it then.
go over to, 1st grade and kindergarten, so we have a full day and half day,
Ooh,
I think
that's
I'm just gonna
different.
be driving all the time, and I think I'm gonna be out of gas, like, every other day.
So one of the
So,
things we did was those were like automatic park sessions, right? Because like
yes.
how do we blow off like 30, 40 minutes? Hey, we're just gonna go to the park.
Yep.
So toddler got super tired, pickups go home, a little bit easier. Just saying.
Yep, yep, so that's good.
Nice.
Um, I one sec, let me, make sure that everything's going well in the bathroom. One sec.
See, that's why that's my office. I think I should start doing bathroom with Rob or bathroom with Bob. Bathroom with Bobby, bathroom with Rob.
Alright, and, I
Nice.
realized the baby is not sleeping, but the baby's not crying, so
We call
we're
that a
we're
win, sir. We call
we're
that a
gonna
win.
roll. We're gonna
Yeah.
roll. Let's roll,
That's why we
baby.
have editing.
Back to where we were.
Okay, topic. Yes.
I want to hear what your friend has to
Mhm.
say. We
Yeah,
definitely need to snip that later
I
and
will.
figure out what the people are saying about 4 kids. Today's real segment,
Mhm.
let me tell you, it is, called "Put That Thing Back Where It Came From, Also Help Me." Um, the 25-cent rides. You remember
Yes,
those? Outside
I
of the
do.
grocery store?
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
little
Growing
metal
up for
thing?
sure. Little rocket ship or the little mini
Oh, yeah.
merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Where'd they go? Where'd they go?
I don't know.
They're gone. Like,
They
I've
are
noticed I
gone.
don't maybe it depends on what region you
Uh,
live in,
yeah,
but I
maybe
haven't seen one of
grocery
those
store.
25-cent rides outside of a store. I just realized in, I don't know, over a decade.
Yeah, they probably take Venmo now. That's why. They
Yeah,
don't
I
do the
mean, well,
25
why
cents.
and so why not? Why not
Yeah,
continue that on, Just Venmo, beep, with the phone,
exactly.
and, maybe it's liability, but I want one. I want one in
I
my
wonder
backyard
I'm
with the
wondering, like,
train and everything else in my
I'm wondering if
backyard.
our parents did that, so it'd be like a distraction while they go shop, right? It's like, "Hey, here's 4 quarters, ride your heart's content. I need to go grocery shopping." Now, we could do that back in the day, not so much now.
Can't do
So
it
I
now,
wonder why
yeah.
yeah, I can't do it now. I think that's why they take them all out. But I have seen the growth of the claw game. I don't know if you've seen that around your
Yes,
area, but those
yes.
things are popping up, and those are very expensive, and it's hard to logically rationalize to a 6-year-old why we can't go to Target and I can spend $5 on something much bigger versus $25 on Zip. So yeah.
I'm not really excited to get there. I mean, but I am. Yeah, I'm just
Oh, you
hoping
will,
that
Steve.
by
You
not
will.
starting it, by not ever
Avoid it at
allowing it,
all costs.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
won't happen. It won't
Yeah.
that's what I mean, that's what I grew up with. I was never allowed to do
Mhm.
the crane game. I think
Mm-mm.
maybe once, I don't know,
It's
but
a guaranteed
it's
money
just
loser.
it's
Like,
a
that's just
scam,
how it
you
is.
know?
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Have you seen the full body crane game? There's one by
Oh,
us down
oh, yes,
here
yes, 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 like, I've
where
only
you
seen
put
those,
the
like, how
child in it.
yes, yes, and it, like, drops them in, and you, like, hold on to
Yes.
whatever you can.
Yep.
I
We
saw a
found one
guy
at a
get dipped
mall.
into a whole pit of chips, like, bags of chips.
That's perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect. But Dave and Buster's down here just opened one up. They just have it
No
down here. So,
way.
yep.
I think
So
that started, like, overseas. I think that
it
became a
had
thing, and then now it
it
has moved over
just the
here.
legality. I'm sure they tested it out overseas before they're like, let's strap a child to a crane and see how this works.
And drop them
But yeah,
into
let's work out all
merchandise.
the let's buffer out the issues not stateside. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like that idea for sure. That's
Yeah.
definitely cool.
Yeah.
We don't know how long this baby's gonna sleep today, so I'm gonna jump right in out of the segment to
Let's
the
go.
main point. And actually, I mean, I figured why not just make it part of the podcast, Rob? You
Okay.
and I were talking yesterday, and
Yes.
you had a question for me,
Yes,
and
I
I
did.
think, we could talk about it because
Okay,
it's
let's
exciting stuff.
so yeah, so I've been bouncing back and forth probably last 2 weeks with Mo about like, there's like job attention, there's family attention, there's like hobby and fitness attention. And then there's like in the back corner, top shelf, like dad's in real life. Right. And so it's like, well, I really enjoy doing this. And I know my personality type, it's either like I'm all in or I'm all out. I don't like the little toe in the pool thing. So I was
Yeah.
telling them, I was like, hey, I'm not frustrated, but it's like, man, like we've spent a year and a half creating some amazing content. And I know if this could get into some people's hands, I think they enjoy it because of all the feedback I've heard locally with friends and family and the few people that have reached out. And so it's like, you know what? A lot of times that just takes more attention on my end, on our end, right? As far as learning more. So she asked a great question, and I immediately Marco Poloed Travis. And the question is, what would success in this podcast look like to you? And so, Travis, what would success look like in this podcast to you?
Yep, and when you asked me the first time, I had, 20 minutes to think about that while I was digging in the backyard, and then poof, bed, and then the kids are awake, and then boom, here we are.
Life happens. Yep. And then we're here.
Yes, so I
Yep.
wanna I wanna I wanna flesh this out a little bit,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, and I'm really excited to hear what you think.
Okay.
But yeah, the first thing obviously that came to my mind when we were talking about it was the why, which we've touched
Mhm.
on a little bit already,
Mhm.
but to really dive deep into that, I think the the reason for starting it in the very first place, for me, at least before I even reached out to you, was like, "Hey, you know, I I don't have any podcasts with the guys that
Mhm.
I can listen to in the car with the kids." Like,
Mhm.
there are a lot of podcasts that I like to listen to, but none of them are safe for the car.
Yeah. I wouldn't I
And
wouldn't
so
I wouldn't say they were family shows, right? So,
no.
yeah.
No, and even if it's not like it's not like they're bad, but obviously, like, it's just, like, not all of it is appropriate, so there we go, and you don't
Exactly.
know, it's
Yep.
like, I'm not gonna screen every podcast and then listen to it again,
We
that
don't have that
defeats the
time.
purpose,
Yeah,
defeats the
we don't have the
purpose.
time. Who
But
has
I
that
also know that, number 2, going into this, um, there are there are a lot of dads out there that are just
time?
doing the best that they can
Mhm.
or wondering if they're doing any good at all, I feel like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
don't think that, we're getting better at this, I feel like, as a society now, but we're not there yet, just in the sense that, like, a lot of guys I don't think are maybe engaged in as good of relationships as they would want, like, to
Mhm.
have buddies to go to on a regular basis for things that
Mhm.
they're dealing with, but then also, um, some people some guys don't either know that they need it or know or want it necessarily. So it's like I wanna make sure that there is a space for those guys. And there's another kiddo. There's
Yeah.
we're home from school.
So we're over school. I don't know if it picked it up because I know you were talking,
You didn't hear it.
but this is the best example of why we have these mics. So all I hear is the door opens up and dad, do Beatles fart?
Turtles?
The Beatles.
The
Be-
Beatles. Oh,
yeah,
Beatles.
Beatles. And I didn't know that. And then next thing I heard is they asked the little robot on the countertop, hey, I'm not going to say her name because she's going to respond again. And she was like, yes, Beatles fart. Okay, so back to your topic. But yeah, dad, resources,
Yes.
that's realistic. That's just what happens.
Boom,
Um,
baby.
but
So,
yeah,
yeah, and so there are basically, it's like I wanted to, have this space where we are talking about life, and it's not only, like, our own little, like, documentary of you and I just,
yeah.
like, continuing along here in our friendship, in our livelihoods as fathers and husbands, but also, um, just to have, like, some commentary for other guys to hear and to
Mhm,
be able to, like, riff off of, like, I wanna get that feedback. I wanna hear, because it is by far one of the greatest things, if not one like, the greatest, like, job in the world, like, the calling is like, if it again, of course, there are guys that are not don't have kids, and I'm not
mhm.
saying that you have to have kids, but if you have kids, boom, being a dad is, like, the most
The
important thing you'll
top
ever
tier.
do in your life,
Yes, yes.
right? And so, with that comes, like, this, for myself especially, this desire to be intentional with what I do, and
Mhm.
also realizing, and gotta have the humility to say, like, I am not where I wanna be, but I wanna head in that direction, right?
Yep.
And I wanna, like, I don't want I've said this before, I don't wanna, like, sit on the couch of dadhood my whole life
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
just watch it go by. Like, I
Mhm,
wanna be in the trenches, and I wanna
mhm,
be ahead of the game, and I wanna be intentional
mhm.
with the kids and with my relationships and in general, like, I mean, just even buddy buddy, right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
I wanna have these conversations because I know that continuously we'll find these little nuggets that I think other guys can connect with, and I
Yes.
don't think this it doesn't seem to me that this space is very saturated. Now, obviously, we will continue to, like, kinda do our research and whatnot, but I
Yeah.
don't like I the thing was, like, there's a hole, and I searched, like, podcasts, like
Mhm.
dad podcasts, and I, like, wasn't getting anything that I was looking for, and therefore I was like, "Guess we gotta
Then we
start this
create it.
thing,"
Exactly.
right?
I'm on the same path. Exactly. And it's the same thing. It's hand for hand was like, hey, I was in search for, and this was even years before doing the podcast. It's like when I became a dad, right? I knew I was ill equipped. And so you look out there and you get pointed in directions of books and some podcasts. And to go to your comment about, well, is it saturated? Even if it was, it's not our storyline, right? It's nobody has our storyline, our stories, our insights. So even if we were talking about cooking, and there's a bajillion cooking shows out there, it's not us cooking, right? And so I think we always have an audience who can resonate with our either our setups, right, with the number of kids, or our story arcs of trying to be work from home dads. And so yeah, I think there was a need to be filled. And like you said, like, hey, why don't we just fill it? Why don't we talk about it? And so, yeah, I think the original why was like, hey, we've known each other for long enough, right? We're kind of in two different seasons of life. And I don't think there's a perspective of that out there in podcasting where you do have like a decade between as far as
Yeah.
fathers kind of talking and comparing. So I think that was one aspect. And two, like it's easy for us to riff. It's easy for us to talk about stuff, which I would love to listen in the car, right? Or if I'm going on a walk or if I'm working outside, just like you said, easy listening and hopefully get a couple of those nuggets along the way. Like, why not?
Yep. Yep. And so if you've been listening to us in, like, all the way up until now, Like,
Mhm,
you already kinda know, and this is kinda old news for you because 'cause you're like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm enjoying it." But if you're new, welcome to
mhm.
the the Dads in Real Life crew, and, we hope you stick around because there's plenty of exciting things to come, and, I mean,
Yes.
it we might be able to get to the point where we got a shirt or something, and you've made it
Oh,
when you're just
that'll
selling
happen.
merch, right? I mean,
That'll
so
happen.
what defines success? Well, you're selling merch.
You're
So,
selling
that's when we
merch.
know we made it. That's it. That's all we
Yes.
need.
Every
It
middle
just
school band would love that. We finally made it. We're selling merch at our next, Sadie Hawkins dance. Yeah.
it's all sitting in
Um,
boxes in our garage, and we can't sell any of it.
well worth it. Well worth it, though.
Yeah, shirts for life. I mean,
Exactly.
if that's it, then I'm actually gonna make some Dads in Real Life underwear because I can't seem to, keep them in one piece.
There you
Let's
go.
let's talk about that on a podcast, like, that I you gave me the shirts, I
You
got the
know what?
shirts now, I found
Yeah.
those, but still can't find any underwear that doesn't, like, turn into holes,
Yeah.
with Swiss cheese and
And what
buns.
causes that? That's what I wanna know. Like,
Well,
I know
yeah, I mean, like,
I understand the
obviously
socks. I understand socks, right? Holes in the socks. Got it. There's
yeah.
some rubbing. Am I really rubbing that much? I don't
I
know. I don't think
guess
so.
I'm,
I don't
like,
know.
chafing as I walk, I guess, yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
like, my thighs are so muscular, it's hard,
Exactly. If
not
you guys are
to
listening to this, check out the YouTube video. Travis, you can tell just by his upper torso that his thighs are very muscular. So,
absolutely,
but
absolutely. I'm straight up Anatoly over here. Have you seen that guy? Have you seen that guy? The guy who walks into gyms and he's
yeah,
like, "I'm just
yeah,
the janitor."
just yeah. Here's my 70-pound broom, right? Like, oh
Yes.
my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness. It's gold. I
Um,
watch it so much. Okay.
so much,
Um,
so much.
so you see, these are the little nuggets you get as you go. You're like, "Oh, I know that." Or you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I should watch that now." Also, man, can you see if you're watching on video, I'm like glistening right now. The
Hmm.
AC is not kicking on in here and it's getting hot. But this is the
But
commitment level that we have to this right now is
exactly,
um
it's above the 90s down here too. I know not as hot as you, but it's warm.
yeah, it's still summer-ish
Hmm.
technically.
But
So yeah, so like the dream
mhm,
is that yeah, I mean, I guess success would be that people find this space appealing in the sense that they feel like they're able to contribute like dads being able to contribute and learn alongside of us. And so, I mean,
yes, that's
technically, I
so
would
cool.
still call this a success, whether we have 1 listener or
Oh, yeah,
1,000,000 listeners, in the
yeah,
fact that you and I have gotten the chance to continuously connect on, like, the topics of fatherhood and life,
yeah,
over time, right? We
and
have that.
yeah,
That's ours. Nobody can take that from us. But,
no,
yeah, if I wanted to see it go somewhere, I would love to see that. I would love to see just us being able to continue riffing, bringing guys in, other dads in to hear just what it is truly like to be a dad and to
mhm.
learn and to pass along to just create this space to where it's a community of guys
You
who
hit it you hit it right on the head, and that's something that I that's everyone defines success differently, and it's never been like a monetary thing for me. That's not why we started this, right? Like you said, if no one ever listens to this, this is a great documentation of two dads growing up as dads that we can give to our kids, right? So
Mhm.
imagine, right, your kids turn 18 and they have this Rolodex of like, this is what dad went through to be a dad, and hopefully gives them some reference, going into adulthood for themselves. But for me, it would be the whole idea. It's like we're not doing this just for two people, right? Like I would love to grow the community of dads, of parents, of uncles, of anyone who is walking this path of trying to be better as a parental figure, right? And to create a community around that. So if that's in the comment section of social media and YouTube, if that's, I'm not as tech savvy with Discord yet, but like an online community, like a Facebook group, you know what I mean? Like where dads can actually look forward to like their 10 minutes a day of scrolling as they're putting the kids around to see how Jerry's doing, right? And so that's kind of that's the goal for me. For me is to be able to facilitate and support dads on different seasons of their lives, not because we know all the answers. It's because we have other dads in our group at that season of life, right? And it's a welcoming atmosphere, and it's a safe atmosphere to ask the questions that I know when I was growing up. Like my dad never made it look like he was having a hard day, or never verbally said he was struggling with anything, or never asked anyone any questions about anything, right? And so there was this person on this pedestal of, I now as a dad, I need to have all the answers, and I don't, right? So now what do I do, right? And so we go searching. And so to be filter for those dads coming in, and to create like resources and support, and not only that, like to answer questions that you may not have anyone with the ability to answer those questions, to like send it to us. If we don't know, we'll ask someone within our dad sphere, right, that does know the answer. So yeah, I think community for me, building a community would be success for me, right? To be able to still have fun doing this. I'm not looking to RV across the US and doing live pop-ups and all that kind of stuff, but saying hello online every once in a while, maybe having a guest speaker coming down the line would be cool. But at the end of the day, if I get to meet up with Travis once a week and we get to talk shop about being a dad and what we're learning as we grow, and that can help one person, totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you wanna know about a little side quest that I
Ooh.
would love to see is, I mean, if this thing really takes off, and like I say, like you said,
Mhm.
we're not doing this for money sake, but if funds start rolling in somehow, I don't know how the internet space works. We're just here, we're just living, we're just experiencing
I
it.
think we just get
But
envelopes in the mail. I think that's how
yeah.
it works.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, all those gamers that, like, go and they, like, play games online, and, like, the
Mhm.
money just shows up at your front door, right? So,
Mhm.
if we get some of that, I'm gonna take the
Mhm.
first couple envelopes, and I'm gonna plan out, like, a little route. I wanna I we need to do our, like, little motorcycle trip, or, like, a
Oh, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
tour of California or tour of the United States, drive. We could take well, you know what? I mean, you said RV, and now it's
I
kinda sticking, so maybe
I
we walked
know.
right into this one,
I
but,
know.
our
I knew
families
it was
can
going.
go and RV together across the states. We can make, like, 85 podcasts through this thing, and we're gonna talk about food, we're gonna talk about
Travel.
culture, we're gonna travel, we're gonna
Mhm.
talk about, like, how it is to live in, a 10 by 10 space with all your kids. I don't think that will work. I need 2 RVs, actually. So, I take that
We're gonna
back.
need his and hers, right? We're gonna need his and hers.
We'll just put all the kids in one,
That would be
and
great, and then all the
yeah.
adults in the other, and what
Yep.
could go wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you could trailer the second one. Just throw them back
Mhm.
in the trailer. We don't need 2 RVs. Okay, I take it back. Little trailer in the back, big
Mhm.
RV in the front.
That works.
So, all right.
Maybe.
That's
Okay,
the
well,
plan.
we'll put a tack in that for now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, that's, yeah, so what do you have to add to it, Rob? Anything else, as
Yeah,
far as
I think as far as success in the podcast, I think I'm excited for the next like 3 to 6 months, seeing what we can really do with it. One of the things I shared with Travis is like a majority, like nine, because I'm a numbers guy, right? I like analytics. 90% of the people that listen and watch like don't subscribe or follow. And
Mm,
that's part of the machine, right? The subscription model or whatever they call it. So I would say if you're listening to this episode, any episode, and we're gonna start like my kids now, like they watch videos or they say something like, "Hey, like and subscribe," right? So I might drop a couple of those on some episodes,
yeah,
but yeah, one of the
yeah,
ways that I guess how we know we're doing well and making those like footsteps towards like the success goal would be you subscribing. So if you're listening to this now, wherever you're listening on Spotify or Apple iTunes or even YouTube, you know what? Subscribe everywhere. Just it's all it takes is a click. It does you can mute the notifications, but just click us everywhere. That helps us out in getting us to other dads, right?
big
Because
time.
the more we like it, the more the machine's like, hey, maybe other dads like it. So
You gotta
I can
play the
promise you,
algorithm, basically,
you we
right?
have to play the game. So I think along that success path, I want you guys to be involved as well, right? So don't be surprised if you saw some kind of virtual community down the line. But yeah, check out our YouTube, check out our Spotify, subscribe to that. That lets the big machine know that hey, I like this stuff. Maybe my friends will like it too. And I really hope that's kind of putting us in front of new faces. And then I'm excited about the point where we have enough followers and listeners that this becomes interactive, right? So that we're not
Yes.
just it's Travis topics or Rob's topics. It becomes, hey, Jared from New York emailed us this question. We're going to riff on this today, right? Or,
Yes.
Sam in the Discord had this question about newborns. Like, what do you guys think? So I would just like to be kind of the loud horn projector for the community that we're bringing in. So for me, like building that community, make sure that you're asking questions. I know for me, it's hard too. I don't know about you, Travis, but I have a tendency to like watch videos or watch social media, but don't press the heart or thumbs up or don't make a
Yeah.
comment, right? Because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, other people will. And being a small content creator as we are, like nobody does. That just based on the analytics, 90% of the people watch it, but no one shares. So yeah, share, subscribe, like. No, I'm
Yep.
excited.
If you
That's
find
I'm really excited.
if you love it, yeah, share it with a friend. Be like, "Yo, I was listening to this. They're my buddies, and they'll be your buddies too." That's all you gotta
Mhm.
say, and then boom.
That's enough
Now we
proof.
got now we
That's enough
just
proof.
doubled in size
Doubled,
right there.
literally doubled our listeners to two. So,
Yes.
I've done a lot of stuff around parents and dads in the past. I don't know if I ever told you about the subscription box that Mo and I had years
Yes.
back.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So like stuff like that, and this is right up that alley. And we were talking last night, like, oh, do we want to do that again? That season's past. I'm not like excited in the mornings about packing boxes full of dad goods anymore, right? But like right now, this being able to share my life experience, and I think we're sharing life experience that isn't textbook, right? I think a lot of the like the dad help, parenting help books kind of follow a template, so to speak.
Yes.
Whereas I think what we're sharing is more like, hey, we walked through it. This is just our experience, and I'm excited to get these kind of anecdotal stuff out there to more people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I think that's what's unique. It's just us. This is
Mhm,
us. And and like you mentioned it, just to echo what you said, is that idea of like bringing in the community.
mhm,
I think that's something that's like I'm more wired for, is I love
mhm.
connecting people. Like
Me too.
and I've had a lot of jobs like that, right? So you and I, it just comes naturally. So the the more feedback and the comments that we get, it's like the first thing that comes to my mind is like, "Oh, he's asking about this. I don't actually know, but my buddy so and so, he just
Exactly.
went through that. And so like
Yeah.
we're gonna have him on." And it just like
Exactly.
and just like the wheels turn like that. And then like
Mhm,
to then also again more value of like other guys finding out that plenty of us are also going through the same thing or have been
mhm.
or whatever, it's too
It's
good. It's
nice.
too good.
It's nice to know that you're not alone, right?
Yeah.
It's so nice.
We'll see you next time.
Yep.
And as a reminder, we are not professionals.
No, we're not gurus.
We are
We're
just
just two
2
dads
dads in
in
real
real
life.
life.